Hey there, Morbid Maniacs. It's time for another spooky video, a part of Vlogtober. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm going to be talking about the Winchester Mystery House. The Winchester Mystery Home is located in San Jose, California, and was once owned by Sarah Lockwood Party Winchester. Born in 1840, Sarah spoke 4 languages, went to the best schools around, married well, and eventually gave birth to a daughter by the name of Annie. However, heartbreak and sorrow fell upon her when, by Sarah's late 20s, her daughter Annie passed away. Sarah was also the widow of William Wirt Winchester, who was the owner of Winchester Repeating Arms Company. Only a decade after her daughter's death, her husband followed due to tuberculosis in March of 1881. After William's death, Sarah had inherited a fortune and continued to through the Winchester Arms Company. She was a very wealthy lady, struggling with the loss of her loved ones and also new to inheriting a massive fortune. Sarah went on the look for a psychic because she wanted advice on what to do with her money and what she was supposed to do with the rest of her life. No one knows exactly what went on between the medium and Sarah, but the story goes that the medium was able to channel Sarah's husband, at which point her husband had informed her to leave her home in New Haven, Connecticut, and move out to California. He then had told her to use her fortune to build a home for all of the victims of the Winchester rifles. Otherwise, she would become haunted by them for the rest of her life. In 1884, Sarah Winchester purchased an 8-bedroom farmhouse in San Jose, California, where she hired carpenters to work around the clock to turn this little tiny farmhouse into a 7-story mansion. And due to the lack of design or plan, this house was built haphazardly. Between the years of 1866 and 1922, construction on the Winchester Mystery House never ceased to stop. The home was over 24,000 square feet. It included 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 160 rooms, 52 skylights, 47 stairways and fireplaces, 17 chimneys, 13 bathrooms, 6 kitchens, multiple elevators, 2 basements, one that leads to an 8-foot drop to a kitchen sink, another to a 15-foot drop into the bushes in the gardens below, staircases that led to ceilings, secret passageways. A lot of the architect in this mansion did not make sense at all. There were staircases which would ascend for several levels before ending abruptly. Rooms were added onto exterior walls, resulting in windows overlooking other rooms. Multiple staircases would be added, and each of these staircases had a different level of riser, which gave each of them a distorted look. Doors would open to solid walls, and hallways would turn a corner only to end in a dead end. There was also a cabinet which extended all the way through 30 rooms in the house. There was also a dangerous door on the second story of the home where you open it to nothing but a nice drop into the yard below. Out of the 13 bathrooms in the home, only one of them was functional. This was so that it would confuse any ghosts that possibly wanted to haunt them. Sarah even made one of these rooms her seance room, known as the Witch's Cap, where she would hold a seance with local mediums every night and speak to these spirits. These spirits would help inform her on what they were going to be building on the next day. The spirits were said to be what made Sarah add so many odd additions to the home. Sarah was said to be so freaked out by these spirits that haunted her that she would sleep in a different room every single night, and even had secret passageways to get from room to room just so these spirits could not follow her. It was also known that after Sarah's husband passed away, that she would wear black dresses every single day, no matter how high the temperature was or how hot it was outside. Some had said that Sarah believed that once the construction on her home was complete, that she would die. Others say that she built this house like a maze to keep these spirits from haunting her, confusing them with all of the twists and turns. They say that she was obsessed with the number 13, and that's another mystery that she takes with her to her grave. She had 13 paned windows, 13 paneled ceilings, 13 step stairways. One of the house's 13 bathrooms also has 13 windows itself. Even her will had 13 parts, and she had signed it 13 times. In the years that Sarah lived within the mansion, the San Jose residents would gossip about her strange construction and her as well. And although Sarah was very introverted, she was never alone in the home. She had 18 servants, 18 gardeners, and the construction team, which would always be working around the clock to build this mysterious. A massive earthquake was said to have taken place in the area in the year of 1906, which destroyed the top 3 stories of the home and caused damage to the other 4 stories. The house itself did not move because of the soil which it was built upon. Some say that Sarah took this as a sign from the spirits that the construction within her home was almost complete. So she ordered them to block off this unfinished first half of the home. It's said to be open now, but you can still see the damage from the earthquake. Sarah spent over 36 years and $55 million building the Winchester Mystery House. She had passed away in September of 1922, where she willed all of her belongings to her niece Marion, who was later on a personal secretary in life. But the house itself was never mentioned in the will, which adds on to the mystery. And after the Winchester Mystery House was emptied, a local investor purchased the home, and only 5 months after Sarah Winchester had passed away, opened it up to the public for tours. Since her death, little has been uncovered about Sarah's obsession with building the Winchester Mystery House. She gave no interviews, left behind no journals, and had zero family that was willing to talk about her. In 2018, a horror film called Winchester was made and put out about the Winchester Mystery House and the spirits which reside there. I haven't seen this movie yet, but I do know that it is on Netflix, so I will be watching that soon and I will give you guys my opinion on that. The whole mansion is said to be haunted and completely taken over by spirits. In the 90s, the Winchester management had an psychologist, I don't know if I said that right, and paranormal investigator do a full-scale scientific assessment of the property, where they had interviewed over 300 people about their experiences and had investigated every single area of the property to find any strange activity. Jacob Williams, who runs marketing for the Winchester Mystery House, said that one day he was standing on the front porch with his back turned toward the garden when he had felt a firm tap on his shoulder. When he turned around, nobody was there. But he had insisted that he had felt a full-on finger pushing into his shoulder. He had also stated that he had heard his name being whispered within the hallways of the home, and that frequently tour guides who spent majority of their time in the home would hear their names being whispered as well. Many have felt their hair being brushed while walking alone in the home. One guide had tripped down a stair and then heard a disembodied voice say, "Are you okay?" when no one else was around, and she had stated that she felt this presence with her as she got up. Occasionally, visitors would report feeling spirits which have long resided within the home. Hotspots within the mystery house include the 3rd floor, where people have heard disembodied voices saying their names as well as footsteps, Sarah's bedroom and seance room. And then there's the basement, where there's a spirit known as Clyde the Wheelbarrow Ghost. He is known to walk up and down in the steam alley and carries a wheelbarrow full of coal, goes to the boiler, and comes back. They say that if you are to encounter Clyde, that he will make eye contact with you, but he'll mostly just nod and go back about his business. Or he will simply just lean up against a wall and hang out. No one really knows who he is exactly or how he actually got there. Some have also reported feelings of unease and also feelings of chills, hot flashes, and dizzy spells. However, everyone who has visited this home says that even if the home is haunted, that these spirits are nothing negative. They do not feel any sort of threat from these spirits whatsoever. And some believe Sarah could even be haunting it herself. So that was the story of the Winchester Mystery House. What do you guys think? Would you guys ever visit there? I think that this will be an awesome place to visit, honestly, and I've always heard stories of the Winchester Mystery House, and it's always intrigued me. I never fully understood why it was such a creepy place, but for some reason it just gives you this eerie feeling. But let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become a Morbid Maniac. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Melanie, and I post creepy paranormal content all throughout the year, 24/7. But for the month of October, I will be posting 31 creepy videos just for your enjoyment, so be sure to stick around for that. And I will see you guys in my next video.